What about making yours sound better?
So in this part, we're going to build out our drop and make our track skeleton. So by building our drop, I mean, you see here we just have sustained chords, sustained bass, and this melody. It's really not too exciting. So what I want to do here is I'm going to click on this upper left-hand corner and click Make Unique to the chords. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chop these up kind of to make them into more of a rhythmic thing rather than just holding them out. So I'm going to go in the pattern here. I'm just going to play around with them. So I've drawn them out just in this one preset here so we can listen to what that sounds like. So we're now going to copy that into our other chord patches. So this is what they sound like all together. I'm also going to throw some reverb on our chord bus, honestly. I feel like that's what's lacking. And maybe a little bit more OTT. Cool. So likewise, we're going to adjust our bass here. We're going to make this clip unique. We're going to go in here and change that. So here I've cut up the bass a little bit. Let's listen to it. So with the chords and melodies, it's going to sound like this. Just adjusting some levels here as I hear them. On this chord bus 2, we're going to load up above this reverb, or below rather, we're going to load up a Valhalla verb. And I have this preset here that makes it sound really wide and really wet, but we're going to automate this in this little part right here. So I'm going to highlight the drop. This is what it sounds like with it on all the way up. Obviously we don't want that, but what I like to use it for is I can automate the mix by clicking on the mix knob, right clicking it, and then clicking create automation clip. And then underneath the chord pattern, we're going to have this mixer track right here, or this automation clip. And then every time the chord isn't hitting, I'm going to have it do a little sweep in effect. I'm just going to play it with the chord so you can hear exactly what it's doing. So it's a pretty cool effect in my mind. Just adds, again, a little more ear candy for the listener to appreciate. I'm also going to take this melody here, and I think this is a pretty cool idea. I'm going to take the little offbeats here. I'm going to make the bass play them too. So let's see what that sounds like. Obviously they can't play where there's already bass notes, so I'm just going to take those ones out. And remember, since we put that slide feature on earlier, they sound really cool when they slide together. Let's hear it with the side chain as well. And the drums all together. Pretty cool. So that's the basic idea for our drop. I'm going to double it, and I'm going to move it all the way over because now it's time to build our track skeleton. And basically, when I say track skeleton, what I mean by that is just a very bare bones, minimal idea of how we want our track to be arranged. So for example, right here at 33 bars in, 116, might raise that up to 56 for now, or 57 rather. Just for now, we might move that later. That's where I want our drop to hit. So what does that mean? That means that I need to figure out a really basic way on how I want to fill the space here. So for example, I know in the intro, I kind of want a piano, which I'm going to pull up this piano that we made earlier. I want this plug here. Now, I'm just getting down ideas. The goal here is not to make your whole entire song. That's going to come up next. But for now, we just want to lay it out. And what this does is kind of get rid of that little 8/16 4-bar loop that you have already and try and make it into a full song. Because it's really easy to just get used to that little loop and get stuck on that and not know where to go. So what you want to do is just lay it out very bare bones. So I'm going to put the piano for this whole time because I don't want the chords playing the entire time at least. Actually, I'm going to get rid of one of these parts. I want this part to be the little verse section and then this part to be the breakdown / build up. So I obviously want drums in this opening part. So I'm just going to copy our kick and our hat here. And I'm also going to take just this snare. I'm going to start to fill that in real quick. I'm going to put this plug here. I know I kind of want that building up in the build up part of it. Just put that up an octave a little bit just to make it kind of stand out differently from the bass. And these ones I'm still going to make them low though. Obviously you see here, this is basically the skeleton. We have our intro part here. We have our verse, our breakdown / build, and then the drop. So up next, now that we have our skeleton, we've picked all our sounds, our drums, etc., etc., it's time to fill in the track and complete it.